I don't know if any of you folks have any connections to East Cleveland, Ohio. If you do, I have a question. What the heck is going on now? Seriously. Seriously, what is going on there? The current police chief, well, okay, he's an acting police chief. The current acting chief, Kenneth Lundy, is facing accusations of an inappropriate relationship with the witness in a murder trial while he was detective and lead investigator in the case. The previous police chief was convicted of a crime. Okay, not to jail, but still convicted of a crime. I'm going to do 4 videos. That's right. All right, all right, all right. 4 videos that you've got to see. These are different. If you get a chance, you need to research this. One of the headlines, January 27th, 2025. This is all, now mind you, this is from 2023 to now. All the stuff that you're going to be seeing. January 27th, 2025 headline. I'm not even going to read the story to you. 10 East Cleveland police officers plead not guilty. That's not even all of it. I could care less. But 10 East Cleveland police officers at one time. What I will tell you, Tristan Homan, 27, pleaded guilty to assault, dereliction of duty, and falsification. Yes. So let's get to the videos. This is some silliness right here.
Well, 3 former East Cleveland police officers were in a courtroom today. These gentlemen took an oath to uphold the law. They did anything but that.
Yeah, the judge really threw the book at them, making it known that it's unjust. Poor policing is just unacceptable. First at 4, 19's Katie Trisick is taking us inside the courtroom.
Today, 3 former East Cleveland police officers were sentenced on corruption-related crimes between 2020 and 2023. No mercy was shown for Ian McInnes, Anthony Holmes, and Larry McDonald. Cuyahoga County Judge Sherry Midday sent them all to prison, calling their actions unjust.
These children growing up in East Cleveland deserve to have role models. And in a lot of communities, the role models are the police officers. And they are the people that we tell our children to go to for help. These kids are afraid of the police officers in East Cleveland.
McInnes physically attacked 3 men on 3 separate occasions while they were being arrested. McInnes got 2.5 years in prison. One of the victims was 16 years old. His mother sharing how this has traumatized her son.
Kicking them and stomping them, drug them on the concrete, giving them a surgery, brutalizing him like that, like he wasn't nothing, like he was an animal. That's terrible. And now he's scared on medicine for the rest of his life.
McDonald was involved in a pursuit after a traffic stop, and the pursuit ended when the victim crashed into a bus stop in Cleveland. McDonald saw the crash but left and didn't report the incident to dispatch. He got 4 years in prison.
I've been just watching him, and he hasn't made a face. Like, all the things that you've done, you don't care at all?
Anthony Holmes will serve 1 year in prison. During a pursuit, he struck the victim's vehicle and told another officer to say the victim had struck his vehicle. In Cleveland, Katie Tursek, 19 News.
Another former East Cleveland police officer facing criminal charges tonight, this time for sexual battery and having sex with a teenage girl. News 5 investigator Scott Knoll has been detailing the problems inside the police department for years now, and he has the latest tonight.
Ravon Wiggins is scheduled to be arraigned here tomorrow morning. Wiggins facing 13 charges, 12 of them felonies connected to sex with a teenage girl back in 2018. According to investigators, the girl was a freshman at John Marshall High School when she met Wiggins at a career day. Police say he was 21 years old She was 15. She told police the pair started dating and that Wiggins told her to lie and say she's 18 if his mother asked. The teen says the relationship turned sexual, recalling one day when she says Wiggins gave her tequila shots. She told police she blacked out, then recalled the couple having sex. According to the police report, that was July 21st, 2018. 9 days after records show Wiggins applied to be an East Cleveland police officer. And about 7 months after records show he was fired by the Ohio State Highway Patrol during his probationary period.
It's not fair, Scott.
With now 19 past and current East Cleveland police officers indicted in the last 2 years, the story is too familiar to longtime activist Art McCoy.
When this is all over, you will be able to write a book because it seems like the saga will never end.
Last summer, News 5 investigators told you a review of East Cleveland police personnel files found 1 in 4 of the city's officers had either been fired or resigned facing termination from other departments before East Cleveland hired them. Now, with another officer with a questionable past facing criminal charges, McCoy doesn't mince words, calling for change in who the city hires to serve and protect.
Keep those scums with those bad records out of our department and let us as citizens be whole again with this great police department.
East Cleveland's acting police chief says Wiggins resigned from the department as a full-time officer back in October, but remained with East Cleveland Police as an auxiliary officer. That is until police brass learned of his indictments in the case and terminated him. Reporting in downtown Cleveland, I'm News 5 investigator Scott Knoll.
Prosecutors say the investigation into Wiggins was not part of the ongoing FBI probe into East Cleveland Police. Wiggins faces 6 counts of sexual battery, 6 counts of unlawful sexual conduct with a minor, and a misdemeanor charge of furnishing alcohol to a teen.
Well, no prison time for the former East Cleveland Police Chief Scott Gardner. Instead, the now convicted felon got probation, community service, and some pretty harsh words from the judge. Matt Rascone has more as to what happened in the courtroom.
I don't buy the sloppy bookkeeper argument. It doesn't fly.
From the time attorneys wrapped up their final arguments for sentencing.
I believe you believe that you could just do this, get away with it, nobody would notice.
Judge Jeffrey Saffold didn't hold back.
That's who you are. I mean, let's not kid ourselves, right? This is your 3rd time in a courtroom.
Last week, Scott Gardner pleaded guilty to 1 felony count of failing to pay sales tax on his security services business, more than $203,000.
Each and every time this defendant has been presented with an opportunity to commit a crime, Your Honor, he has done it.
The plea deal dropped 23 other counts against him.
Attempting to be a cheat or a thief or anything of that nature is not his intentions.
For his part, Gardner claimed he didn't realize he was underreporting taxes from 2014 to 2019.
My intention is to make certain that this does not occur again.
I'm not going to incarcerate you, even in the face of your foolish explanation as to why you did this.
Despite the state asking for prison time, Judge Saffold went with 5 years probation and 600 hours of community service.
100 hours for every year that you engaged in this scam. And that's what it was. It was a scam.
Gardner also has to pay the state nearly $150,000 in restitution, and the judge added this warning.
If I even get a whiff, a sniff, that you're cutting corners out there in the world, if I find out about it, you're going to prison. Do you understand me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Matt Rascone, 3 News.
Tonight, a former East Cleveland police officer is headed to prison. Alfonso Cole, sentenced today for robbing drivers during traffic stops while on duty. News 5 investigator Scott Knoll, you have been on this since the story broke 2 years ago. Joining us now live in the newsroom with more on today's sentencing.
Yeah, Alfonso Cole pleaded guilty to robbing 4 different drivers he stopped while working for East Cleveland Police. In the process, investigators say stealing thousands of dollars, guns, and drugs. Prosecutors called the crimes beyond words.
This is something that we might see in movies. That can it possibly happen in real life?
But investigators say it did. Alfonso Cole and another officer accused of stopping drivers, then robbing them during traffic stops. Investigators say it happened between September 2020 and July 2021. That's when prosecutors say a man went to police reporting Cole robbed him of the money he planned to use to pay for his grandmother's funeral. The seriousness of the charges not lost on Judge Tim McGinty.
The victims are robbed by police officers. I mean, that's a shocking event.
The third incident.
Prosecutors say in each case, Cole's body camera was never turned on. His attorney blaming what happened on a series of horrible decisions.
If he could do his life over again, Judge, he'd do things differently, but we can't.
Cole telling the judge he hoped to learn from his mistakes.
I want to apologize to the victims just and wish it. Like I said, like Mr. Simmons said, I made a series of bad decisions. And since then, I lost a lot of family members, a lot of friends, my career. It's pretty much my whole life.
The 35-year-old sentenced to 2.5 years in prison on the robbery and an unrelated weapons charge. A judge ordering Cole to repay his victims and hitting the former cop with a $40,000 fine. Prosecutors hoping the sentence sends a message that nobody's above the law.
It's angering, it's sad, we feel for the victims, we feel for the city of East Cleveland. This is not from a prosecutor's standpoint, this isn't a triumphant day.
Along with prison, a judge also ordered Cole to give up his police officer certification. A second officer who pleaded guilty to robbing drivers scheduled to be sentenced later this week. Live in the newsroom, I'm News 5 investigator Scott Knoll.
So I don't even know. Seriously, folks, what is going on in East Cleveland? I mean, these folks just act a fool, as the song says. They're going by East 1999th and just acting a fool. How can you trust police officers? Seriously, you're in a town where they're mass jailing them. They're doing 10 of them at a time. You've got the former police chief and the current police chief all having to face justice. You've got police officers getting convicted of doing everything, literally every kind of charge you can imagine. I have seen today looking up East Cleveland, Ohio. It's gained a reputation as one of the most corrupt cities in the USA. That's some silliness right there. Seriously. I mean, okay. They're saying, what was the downfall of East Cleveland? This is Deep Blue Repositories. This is from University of Michigan. Suburbanization policies, racial integration and blockbusting, physical deterioration, and economic mismanagement. That's what they said was the rapid decline. I'm not even going to go into. And by the way, if you're a white person and you wonder why black folks may not trust police officers, 87.7% of East Cleveland is black. And while some of them police officers that are getting busted are black as well, they see blue, they don't see black. At times, I don't see anything but blue when I see an officer. This is seriously. If you want to see police corruption, you need to look this stuff up. East Cleveland, Ohio. They're idiotic. So I'm gonna let y'all go now. I thought I would do this video because I looked it up and I'm just like, what in the world? This is sad, stupid, and sad. This has been Paul, Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.
Sounds right.
So, folks, that's the story that I wanted to bring you on this video. And I just wanted to say thank you again